Falling across this thing, big hang 10.
Another trip to the nose.
Dancing his way to this beautiful section. In control, that was so much style.
Trim style through this inside section. Why not switch that? Unreal.
We want to welcome you to the 8:05 post show here at the Cuervo Classic Malibu. It's the Longboard World Championships presented by O'Neill, and it was a spectacular day, opening day of competition here. Legendary Malibu Pier there with Malibu Farmers on the end. I'm Kaipo, and I'm joined by Shannon Hughes as well as Matt Shanowski, aka the Waxhead. And I'm going to start with you, Matt. What a day.
Unbelievable. We did predict an increase in swell and more consistency, and that we got, and we had it in spades.
Shannon, your thoughts on today?
Oh, some beautiful performances, slow between those sets, which we knew we were going to be expecting today, but to see the standout performances and to see plenty of excellent rides being ridden today from both the men and the women, I think just showcases what we have on offer tomorrow.
Yeah, we're excited for tomorrow because we are going to crown a world champion, perhaps. That World Championship can come back to Hawaii looking in good form right now. Advancing to the quarterfinals is Kelise Kaleopa'a, and Kelise is with Strider Wazalewski.
Thank you, Kaipo. Yeah, Kelise, that was a nail-biter right down to the end. There was, a question of whether you should have gave up priority or not. Yeah. Talk to us about that.
The competitive mindset, for me, I struggle really hard with because I love surfing, because it's surfing. So, yeah, I struggle with, priority and stuff, so I wasn't too sure to go or not, or wait to hold her back, but things played into my favor and I'm super stoked.
Well, one of my favorite parts of the day was when you were hanging 10 on the inside and the sun was shining on you and casting a perfect shadow onto the wave. Beautiful surfing. So I just want to say thank you for that. And another one, congratulations. I can't wait to see you on some better waves tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully the waves are getting better. The tide kind of just killed it for the afternoon, but I think tomorrow and overnight as the swell comes in, should be a really fun finals day.
Well, hopefully you're back up here on the glass.
Hopefully, that's the goal, so yeah.
Congrats, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Great performance by Kelise Kaleopa'a. One of the top performers today, but Shannon, there's been a number of women who put on a show out there. Come to mind, Honolua Blomfield, as well as Soleil Errico.
Oh, Soleil put on an incredible performance. And for her being the local surfer here, knowing Malibu, knowing First Point so well, it was great to see her rise to that occasion to take out the Peruvian in Maria Fernanda Reyes in Mafa, who's an exceptional surfer and has competed at this level for so many years. But Soleil demonstrated that wave knowledge and that patience when it all really came down to it, Matt.
Matt, I mean, Soleil really showed that this is her home court in this heat.
Absolutely, and she, I think, really excited some of the men to go out there and strut their stuff as well and show them what was possible with that increasing swell. So Soleil here really increasing that connection between her hands, her hips, and her knees and ankles. You can see a full body approach here. Everything in flow, footwork super precise, positioning on the board, absolutely perfect, and that is why she had one of the highest heat totals of the day, and she's looking in good form as with Honolua.
Took away a couple of 8-point rides and sat so patient waiting for those waves to roll through as well. She actually gave away a wave to Maria in this heat that Maria got into that 5-point range on, and she didn't know if it was a mistake. She said, actually, I spoke to her after that heat, that it was a little bit like she thought she'd made the mistake in the moment, but she was going to wait it out for the sets. And in the end, it paid off so well because we got to see her perform on these beautiful, shoulder-high waves here at home for her. And like you said, just the use of her entire body, that knowledge of the equipment that she's been working on, it's all dialed in for her, looking very positive heading into finals day.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be one of the favorites. As we look into finals day, we're all set for the quarterfinals for the women. Soleil Errico is going to come up against Elise Lemoine. Your thoughts on that matchup, Matt?
Elise, last year's winner and growing with confidence, and nothing to take away from some of those other surfers, but everyone is learning how to surf Malibu. So there's people hot on Soleil's tail.
What about the other side of the draw? Rachel Tilley versus Khalees Kaleo. Your thoughts, Shannon?
Wow, that's going to be a wild one because Rachel's in form. She's just taken out the win at the Supergirl Pro back in Oceanside, but Khalees Kaleo put on a beautiful demonstration. So that's going to come down, in my opinion, to wave selection rather than how it's actually surfed.
Yeah, it's going to be evenly matched surfers as far as skill, and that's going to be a great one to watch. And that's why you're going to want to tune in tomorrow, because we're going to crown world champs. Shifting gears to the men, Matt, and there were some great performances out there. A mate of yours, Declan Whiten, put on a show.
From Norstein, he's been surfing every day, as with his fellow competitor, Tully White, and it went to show that practice really does make perfect. Waves in this heat were actually really slow to start with. Kevin and Declan had surfed 5 waves before they'd even collected any of their keeper scores by the end. 28 waves in total in that heat, and most of them in the last 15 minutes, Kaipo.
Such a wild one, Shannon. Kevin Skvarna also went out there and put on a show. 2 waves, equaling 14.16 for Skvarna, but it really was Declan and his aggressive approach. It was unfortunate for Take Inoue here to get eliminated.
I mean, he had an 8-point ride in his score line, and for him to not be able to find that backup, that was one of those heats that everyone was hoping for today, where every single surfer had the opportunity. They had great waves available to them, which was not the case in so many other heats. Talking to Declan as he was leaving the beach today, he said he was just so stoked because he was the one that happened to be in the lineup when that flurry came through.
Another thing comes to mind with fellow countrymen. We had Hiroka surfing in that amazing heat against Honolua. Some fantastic moments, but unfortunately the Japanese surfers unable to string it together when it counted most.
Yeah, but we're getting set up. There's all the numbers there for the seating round, heat number 5. Declan and Skvarna moving on into the round of 16 for the men when we resume competition here at Malibu. Well, everywhere we go, we like to do some good as we show up. And when we have WSL events, we also have the We Are One Ocean activations, Matt. And it's a time where we join with local organizations to do some good for the environment, whether it's planting or beach cleanup. We did something over here at Malibu, and it was awesome.
The Surfrider Foundation, that was the Surfrider Foundation, and we cleaned up the beach here on the Monday before the event started as well.
That's correct. Yeah, let's take a look at what we did. A little beach cleanup over here, and a lot of the surfers joined in on that effort for We Are One Ocean.
This place is so special to me. I spend so much time here. It's my favorite wave in the world. So being here, preserving this beach and this ocean is one of the most important things that I could possibly do as a surfer.
We Are One Ocean activates at WSL events around the world, giving back to local communities through coastal restoration and environmental initiatives. Today, we are joining forces with Jose Cuervo and Surfrider for a beach cleanup to protect this special beach and surf ecosystem. Cleanups help remove litter and protect wildlife while raising awareness about other issues in our ocean and galvanizing communities to care.
Malibu Beach is a classic point break and is the epitome of longboard surfing in Southern California. So we want to protect it and keep it clean so that future generations can come and surf a beautiful, clean beach at Malibu Surfrider.
Having these brands come together to build community around beach cleanups is incredibly important. These are low barrier of entry events that allow us to come out and learn more about our ocean.
Surfrider Foundation is stoked to be part of the We Are One Ocean coalition to highlight the need for clean water. We'd love to put ourselves out of business with beach cleanups and have a clean beach in the first place, so we're encouraging everybody to help reduce plastic pollution, prevent plastic pollution. Everybody can help out by bringing their water bottle, ditching single-use plastics, and being part of the solution.
Yeah, we got everybody here. Pretty much the best longboarders in the world. All of them are here, and we're helping clean up the beach here at Malibu. And just to keep the beach clean is very, very important.
As surfers, we all use the ocean and nature every day, and I think it's very important to protect and spreading the word about protecting our beaches and nature.
Very happy to be here in Malibu, and it's very important for us keep the beach clean.
It's always nice to come down and support a good cause and pick up trash for the next person.
I'm do beach clean because I want a clean beach for the next generation.
I want to tell young surfers when the beach is clean, I feel really happy.
You may look down and see a piece of trash, pick it up and throw it away.
Just coming down here, picking up some trash is not a big ask, and it doesn't take that much time, but it can make a big difference.
We want to help keep the ocean clean for the marine life and for recreation. We want to keep the coastline accessible to everybody. It should be a place that everybody can come out and have fun and enjoy a day at the beach.
Getting involved in protecting and conserving the ocean is critical for us today and for future generations.
We are one ocean!
And thank you for everyone who came out to the Surf Rider We Are One Ocean activation. It was a beautiful morning here. It's been a beautiful day here, Shannon. And when we look at the performances today, we've got so many great performances that Flying Embers is going to highlight for us. We not only have one Flying Embers wave of the day, we have actually two.
Incredible. I mean, how is there not like 10? There were so many excellent scores thrown down and so much excellent surfing today.
Yeah, well, let's check it out. This is the Flying Ember waves of the day.
And just executing everything with perfection, with ease, with pop as well. Beautiful wave selection and an incredible performance.
The way he just read that wave, of course it was a bigger set. It had everything laid out in front of him, but the surfing that he did was so crisp and smooth. That was phenomenal surfing. Again, in my opinion, it could well go into the excellent range.
But now the local in Errico is up and riding once again. Great footwork, quick taps to that 5 to holds the 10. Beautiful rail work from Errico.
Those rail turns were just explosive. They were dynamic. This is a new Soleil Errico I'm seeing.
Flying Embers, born in Ojai, brewed in Ventura. Well, this is my favorite part of the day. We're going to take a shot at our Cuervo top 5 waves of the day, top 5 moments of the day. Let's check it out, starting with number 5, Shannon. In our top 5 moments, Tully White came on strong, scoring an 8-point ride.
Oh, she scored the first excellent score of the event when it was still just so glassy and pristine here this morning. Riding that beautiful Australian-style log, looking perfect under her feet, and rode her way into an 8-point ride to get off to a very strong start. Unfortunate to see Tully now knocked out of competition later in the day as the conditions changed and she didn't quite have the opportunity. But for her, a proud moment to walk away with the first excellent of the day.
Beautiful surfing from the young lady from Manly, Matt.
Absolutely, and she really was the first surfer to really showcase that flair and that body language. Everyone was a little stiff in the morning with the slower waves, and Tully really loose, really free, and she looked like she was going to go on a roll today. Unfortunately, didn't get the waves in her next round.
But yeah, just executed so easily, and I love the way that you said that, Matt, that she was the first surfer to bring in that liveliness to her surfing this morning, and that caught fire. The rest of the heats after that today, we saw that whole approach coming forward.
That's right. Number 4, Edward Del Perro, Matt. He put on a show, a 7.5, a 6.53, 14.03 two-wave total for Del Perro.
Looking very lively, Edward. Much the same as Tully, using that full length of the board. Really showcasing a really nice mixture of the judging criteria, rail turns, nose riding. Critical sections when they were there, he was holding those nose rides for a long time, and his body language was very relaxed compared to the Edward we've seen in the past.
Yeah, that equipment looking really sharp under his feet. His approach now in the traditional format and looking at the judging criteria, he's done really well to adjust his whole approach over these last couple of seasons. And to be able to see him put on a classic display here at Malibu reminds me of his run to that victory last year at the Surf Ranch.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking free. He sounds free in his interviews, and a fired up Edward is one to watch.
He's one to pay attention to.
Well, we're going to see him finals day. Honolua Blomfield, Shannon. Couple of excellent scores in this showing at 8.2 and an 8.07 for Bloomfield.
And she's finding herself into the quarterfinals one of the front runners heading into that world title conversation, and you can tell why here. Got a little bit stuck up on that turn, but some beautiful nose riding on either side of it. Somehow recovered from that moment and then found that inside finish. And in this heat, it took her a little while to find that excellent score. She had some 7s on the board as well, but then to be able to just lock in and to feel free and loosened up with that 40 minutes on the clock, Matt, allowed her to find that excellence.
She came in strong, 2 excellent scores banked and 2 high 7s as well. Unfortunately for Hiroka, her opposition, who posted a very healthy heat total herself, she was in combination most of that heat, and Honolua looked really confident on that board of hers.
Yeah, that equipment looking good. A Bing that she borrowed from a friend and then purchased from the friend, and now is riding on a chance to win a 4th world title.
New best friend for Honolua Blomfield. Well, Kaniala Stewart coming in at number 2, and Connie, Shannon, just classic footwork, classic style, classic turns.
Oh, that Kai Salas longboard under his feet looking so sharp as well. Finding these perfect rides, and these hang 10s, he's able to hang 10 through any section that he tries. Literally puts no effort in, so no surprise to find him walking away with a couple of excellent scores today, Matt.
We've really seen improvement in Carney, and it's all those little in-between parts that are proving the difference. You know, it's that whole board mentality where he's not utilizing one more than the other. It's all flowing, and everything looks super connected, and that's the key, I think, and a pattern we've seen throughout all these top 5 waves.
That's right. All of the top 5 waves, all of the best scores of the day have really utilized the entire board from the tip to the tail.
And number 1, flexing the home court and putting on a show, Soleil Errico with an 8.67, 8.23, 16.92 wave total. She's easily earned the number 1 spot today, Shannon.
And the Velvet Hour board looking so sharp under her feet. That equipment, you can just tell that grace within her surfing is really coming alive, specifically at a wave like this here at Malibu, a wave that she knows so well and is such a different approach to her surfing at the beach breaks.
And if you just notice that front foot, one thing I've noticed is she's well and truly in control, opening up that hip, and she's enjoying the trim. And that trim is something that it lacks in performance style surfing, and she's got it, and she's dialed it in, and she's looking connected. And it's possibly the best we've ever seen her surf, and it's going to be a very interesting final stage tomorrow.
Well, I couldn't agree more. What we're seeing of Soleil today specifically is different than what we saw from her last year. It's different than the Soleil that we've seen in those first few events where she's had great results. But now her being able to compete here at home on a perfect right-hand point break, I feel like she's pretty lethal to the rest of the field.
Well, it's all going to happen tomorrow. There's no anticipation. We know we're going to be on. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Matt. And check in at worldsurfleague.com, 7:30 for the start. Meanwhile, enjoy the end-of-day highlights. Aloha.
Malibu, the iconic longboard wave.
This is the longboarders pipeline.
It puts our hair on end when we see good longboarding,
It really
especially
is.
this
It's the
way.
most exciting thing. Up and riding the Princess of Waikiki. Lovely use of footwork, no downtime in between.
That was sensational.
Nice and reactive off that board.
By far the highest score we've seen all morning.
She just ticked all of the boxes that those judges are looking for.
Hanging through this inside section. Nice trim line for the French surfer. Continues on, just planted on the nose.
And just executing everything with perfection, with ease, with pop as well.
That was outstanding from Kaniala. Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Steezy Steven Sawyer brought some steez into this ride.
Soleil now up and riding, looking as loose and groovy as ever.
That was a beautiful bit of surfing.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written